Welcome, welcome. My name is Writer Maven. I am the host of the Wrestling Receipts podcast. I cover all things Judgment Day. Dom, Liv, Raquel, Finn, JD, Roxanne, Poor Carlito, and El Grande Americano, and Los Americanos. This is a little tea session. We're going to shoot the shit. Some things came out over this past week. They got the Liv Dom fans excited. I'm going to talk about what I expect coming up for tomorrow and Monday. I'll probably be back on Sunday just to see what gives us, just to see what they give in terms of a Monday Night Raw review. But for right now, this is just a tea session. So let's get into it, shall we? First and foremost, Liv Morgan herself dropped a nice bomb. What was it this past? When did I save this? Let's see. She dropped it on the 24th, so a couple of days ago. And it was her posting a picture of Dom's Mega Championship, his Intercontinental Championship belts, and the Mysterio beanie. Now, of course, people flip their shit. I was saying maybe this is where we're going to get Liv Dom Mexico 2.0, because Dom is going to be in Mexico for his celebration on Saturday night. But she did post that. Also followed it up with an In-N-Out Burger post picture as well. So they're obviously together. I am not sure of the timeline on when this happened. This could be recently. It could have been when she was in Vegas. I'm not sure. But it looks like maybe it looks like it was going to be for San Diego stuff. So I think this is where it was filmed in San Diego. But it looks like Liv is at least doing some media, which is good. It's media tours, and she was doing that when she was injured the last time, which was good. We also got some pictures of Dom and Liv looking like they're modeling a new collection that's going to be around Survivor Series, which of course is in San Diego this year. We saw a little bit more, some other media outlets of her popping up as well, along with Dom. So we had a nice little media excursion this past week. She's back, looks like she's back home from what I saw, like she's back on her farm. So we had a nice little Dom Liv excursion. We got everybody riled up. What I am expecting with Liv, I still did not expect her either on Saturday or Monday. If she pops up Saturday, I'll be surprised. If she pops up Monday, I'll be surprised. But I'm still not really expecting it. Media is separate from storylines, and she can always pop up. She can pop up anytime. Like I said, she could pop up between now and the end of the year, or even at World Rumble next year. I don't know. After SummerSlam, I've given up on when to try and pinpoint when Liv pops up. So if she could pop up Saturday or Monday, maybe both, or she may not be. But I don't want people to get their hopes up and then get dashed. What happened at SummerSlam? Because I was kind of dashed because they were talking her up and then she didn't show up. So I'm just gonna keep my expectations low. If she shows up, great. If she doesn't, oh well. I will have to say, as a Dom fan, that I do hope that people, when it comes to this Dom and Finn thing, keep it as Dom and Finn and not just have it where Liv is just taking over and she's gonna kick out Finn. Nah, this still needs to be Dom's feud. Liv can add the flavor, but it needs to be ultimately Dom and Finn's feud. Nobody would like it if Liv and Raquel were having a feud and then everything focused on Dom. Nobody would like that. So it is what it is. Another major thing that could be coming from El Jefe himself, the king of the luchadors, Dom, is that he posted his infamous dude taking a photograph of himself in the mirror. Now, why is this significant? For an example, one of the last times when Dom posted this particular picture, and if I post this to YouTube, you'll probably see it, but the last time Dom posted this particular picture, he betrayed Rhea at SummerSlam last year. So, this is either a really big hint that something big is going to go down. It might end up happening on Saturday at his championship celebration, or it can end up happening Monday. But when he does that post, something major, some major shit is about to go down. Seriously, major shit, major storyline advancement type shit. So that was posted today, I believe. So I have to post my little gift of, oh shit, here we go again. So something major's come down. Now, when it comes to that, plans can always change. So that's that 80-20 again. So 80% some major shit goes down and 20% not. That is. And then I got a interesting, not gonna lie, message saying that the word on the street is that Dom is unveiling a new Mega Championship belt at his championship celebration. I haven't really heard of that myself. It's not like I've heard about it from other people or the rumor mill. So if true, it's huge because they're putting a lot on Dom, and it does signify a new era for AAA in their acquisition by the WWE. So we got either a major. We're getting a new championship belt, mega championship belt for Dom this coming up Saturday. Regarding AAA show, they say you can stream it on HBO Max, but I think that's Spanish, so you might have to VPN it. I'm thinking I'm going to try and do a VPN with my HBO Max subscription and see if I can pick it up. I think it's like Canal something on HBO Max. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and VPN it where I'm in Mexico, or my VPN's in Mexico, and see if I can pick it up that way. If not, look for live streams on TikTok and probably even on YouTube as well. YouTube people just doing a live stream, because that's how I got the not Triple Mania, like the other Triple Mania last time when the WWE wasn't broadcasting it. That's how I got it, and then I got onto a Spanish stream on TikTok. So you can, there's ways of finding it if you can. So if you can't get it on HBO Max, then try and find it on a live stream on TikTok or YouTube or something like that. Other than that, that's a little roundup tour. I do expect somebody to challenge at Dom's championship celebration. It's wrestling. It would be a celebration without somebody coming out to challenge Dom. We do know that El Grande Americano is going to be down there along with Dragon Lee, I believe. So we will see them down there. I would not be surprised if Uncle Al and AJ Styles pops up down there as well because he's a hater. And that's just to support Dragon Lee. So I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up down there too. So we're probably gonna get a whole bunch of people down there. We're gonna have Dom, El Grande Americano, Los Americanos, Dragon Lee, AJ Styles. He goes around there too. There's gonna be, I think, Mysterio Iguana. I think of that, and then there's gonna be some other players like Octagon Jr. and stuff like that. So we'll have, it's gonna probably be a major show setting up, and so we'll have that. And then come Monday, we'll see if Dom survives Rusev. I'm thinking he does. I'm still at a 70 to 75% chance for Dom. I'm not at my full 80, but I'm at 75% for Dom. I think he survives because there's so many ways you can have Dom survive Rusev, even with Finn trying to do something. Even with it's interesting on my little tour around TikTok, people are putting it like Ben has a point regarding Dom. So that really just shows how, not for us that has been following the Judgment Day storyline for this fucking year, we know the shit has that Finn has done, but it just goes to tell me that it's really positioning Finn as being in the quote unquote right. We know that he's done some shit. It's the same way with Damian Priest. Damian Priest did a lot of shit to Finn and Dom. So when Finn turned on him, we got it because we've been following that storyline. But everybody else is just like, oh, it's Finn turning heel on Damian. Damian turns face, and there you go. So right now, from like I said, my little tour around the TikTok world is pretty much positioning people as Finn and JD being in the right regarding Dom. And even some people were trying to point out, hey, are we supposed to forget that what Finn has done? And the answer is probably pretty much yes, because they've pretty much rewritten this whole, again, fucking storyline for this year. It's been dragged out that long. So they're gonna expect us to forget the shit that Finn did, just like they did with Damien and just like they did with Rhea, and it's fucking annoying because you're supposed to be pulling back on this history to make the storylines going forward more interesting, and they're not doing it. That's what made the Bloodline storyline was eating up until the next Flicks premiere because they kept reaching back on that history. And now they're having us forget because they don't want Rhea to look bad or they don't want Damien to look bad or anything like that. So they're probably going to position it where Finn is going to be in the quote unquote right, and then that's how he gets his face turned. Now people are going to ask me, no, but Ryder Maven, Finn has done this shit again. Like I said, we know he's done the shit. We've been watching the storyline for a whole damn year. We know Finn has done his shit. But even though Finn has done shit, and it's gonna be like how Damien did his shit. Remember how the lead up was into SummerSlam last year? Damien did a lot of uncalled for shit against Finn. And this is why I will always have Finn's back, even though he's being a demented demon against Dom right now. This is why I will always have Finn's back regarding Damien. Because Finn went through a lot of shit with Damien because Damien was just treating him horribly. Same thing with Dom. But in the grand scheme of things, and when things finally came to a head, who did they position as the face? It was Damien. It wasn't Finn. Even though Finn had the most reason to turn on him because of what he's been dealing with. It was Damien. So in this situation between Finn and Dom, it's going to be Finn turning face. They've already teased it. I know NXT is a different beast, but we all saw how he teases it and everybody gets excited. And he is easy to get cheers. Same thing with JD. He was even getting cheers last week. So it doesn't matter who gets the cheers. They're just going to flip it. And like I've said with Finn, he'll have a easier time maintaining cheers where you can get almost up to a dual chant between Finn and Dom than just Finn just staying heel. If he stays heel, he's just going to get annihilated by Dom. Cheers rise because nobody's going to care. It's going to be silence. At least with a face turn for Finn, he has a chance. And as it shows right now with the WWE, they don't really care on the chants and the cheers at this point, or at least the face and heel alignments, because if they want you a heel, they're going to keep presenting you as a heel regardless of the chant. So it's Seth. He gets chanted at. He gets his song sung every time he comes out, but he's a heel. Becky, she'll get cheered too, even though she'll get booed against AJ Lee. It doesn't matter the face heel alliance right now when it relates to cheers. If you get cheered, you just get cheered. And it's kind of messed up because you still need that clear face heel to divide good guy and bad guy. But the way things are going now, the fans are just going to cheer who they want to cheer. Dom's going to get cheered, but they're still presenting him as a heel. Look at what happened this past Monday Night Raw. If you take it at its face value, even if he was scared, he left JD out to dry. If you think he did it on purpose, that's even more of a heelish move. And I really think he did leave JD out to dry because JD didn't have his back. But, and I'll probably get into this more on Sunday, but no matter how you slice it, Dom left JD out to dry, which is a very heelish move. And what is the face move that happened for JD? Finn came out to save JD. And that's a face move. And he took out Rusev. So that's your face. That's why I'm saying history tells us, and we've seen it, and we've seen Finn being a demented demon against Dom. We know, we've seen it, I know. But they're going to position Finn as face. And even with that, even without Finn doing all his shit, even with all that, if we held every action against every heel when they were trying to turn face, nobody would turn face. That'd be like the same way with Dom. Dom is is an interesting case because he could be face because he's dealt with a whole bunch of shit, but people regard him as a heel. People will cheer for him, they like him, but when it comes to his character, he's heel. And I think right now, when it relates to Dom, they're going to start shifting him to start doing more things deliberately heelish. It's not just accidentally on purpose, it's going to be deliberately heelish, hanging JD out to dry. And right now, like I said in my little clip that I posted earlier on TikTok, It's like everything has been justified relating to Dom. When he wanted to go up against Buddy for dating because he didn't want him to date his sister, Ray was stopping that. That was justified. When Dom wanted to go up against the Judgment Day with Ray and Ray chose Edge and Dom turned on him, that was justified. He still got to be a heel, but it was still a justified turn in storyline plots. When he turned on Rhea and Damien, that was justified. Still a heel, but still justified. So now, when it comes to Finn, it's probably going to be less and less justified. So he's going to be doing something deliberate. And I will not put it past Dom to get a triple heel turn out of this. And what I mean by being a triple heel is that he will figure out how to turn heel for a third time while being a heel. He's going to figure it out. It's probably going to be something brutal, but he can pull it off. I always said that all Dom needs to do is just do a concerto on Finn. They did it against Edge, do it against Finn. Finn did a concerto against Edge. Have Dom do the concerto against Finn. Everything comes full circle for Finn. If you want to add Roxanne into it, and I know people are going to bitch about it, but if you want to add Roxanne into it, you can do that where she turns on Finn for Dom. And that establishes some parts of her character that helps her character out. And there you go. You got a heel set up right there. You got Finn, probably JD, maybe even with Dom. See, what I'm thinking for Monday is that Dom will win against Rusev because I still don't think that's going to be a main event match. I really don't. I will be surprised if it is. I'm betting that street fight with the Vision and the Usos, that's going to be your main event. It's not going to be Dom. It's going to be like how they did AJ Styles versus Dom a couple of weeks ago. That's not going to be the main event match. So when it's like that, I really don't expect title changes, and I think it's going to be Dom getting out by the skin of his teeth. Maybe we'll have El Grande help. Maybe we'll have Roxanne help. Roxanne will do what she'll go against the grain. She would, if Finn and JD don't want to help, she would be the one to help. I jokingly said in my group chat that I want her to try and pull off a pop rocks on Rusev just to see if it'll happen, because I know that would be hilarious. But you can do things like that. If Dom wins that match, and then when it comes to that what was it, that street fight tables match, TLC match, I don't know what they're gonna have between the Vision and the Usos on Monday Night Raw, but whatever that match is, you could have Dom come in later on, just like how he set up that match between JD and Rusev last week. He could just be like, "Hey, that street match between the Vision and the Usos, it's for the number one contendership." Maybe he puts that bug into Scrap Daddy's ear, and there you go. And that's how you get the titles off of Finn and JD, and then that's probably how they finally crack Judgment Day. And I know Magoo is bringing up Ray here, but with Ray, you almost have to keep Dom heel. You can't have him turn face for a retirement match. That makes that face versus face, and that really doesn't work here. Even with Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair, where he's like, "I'm sorry, I love you," and then super kicked him, that wasn't really a face versus face match. It kind of became that towards the end because Shawn gave him that mercy kill or mercy shot. But for Ray and Dom, it pretty much has to be heel versus face. And probably not going to get booed. Ray's not really going to get booed anyway. Even with all the stuff that's been piling up with Dom, I don't think he's going to get booed anyway. So you got to run it heel. And then if you want to look into Dom becoming a face afterwards, and I still think he'd be tweener at best, then you can do that. But right now, Dom's got to be a heel in that situation. So you got to keep running Dom as a heel. And since the rumor is that Dom is being still looked at as to being one of Cena's matches these last few dates for John Cena, then he has to be a heel too. And I really think they want to have him for that Intercontinental Championship. Like if Cena wins it on his way out, I have no problem with Dom dropping it because that's Cena, that's a retirement tour that gives him the Grand Slam, and by that time, Dom would have had it for a long time. I have no problem with that. Now, I will have a problem with it if it's just Rusev because I don't think Rusev needs it. This is one of those things where I don't think Rusev needs a championship belt. Because if you're going to do that, then what's the point of having this feud between Dom and Finn? It needs to be over the belt. They could have pulled the trigger all this time if it wasn't going to be over the belt. But anyway, I'll talk about that a little bit more on Sunday. Because I am reminded of my commenter saying, like, how Dom had the match already at the ready for JD. It really makes you think on how quick he had that. Because what was he gonna do if JD really didn't want to help? But notice how Roxanne backed him up there. I think there's an alliance there. People don't want to hear it, but I really think there's an alliance there. So yeah, it's a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'll have to. It's kind of hard to talk about until it gets closer to Sunday and what happens at this championship celebration. Um, yeah, just my predictions. I'm really thinking that tag team match, whatever that match is going to be closing Monday Night Raw. But I'll answer some questions. I didn't want to be on here too long. I just wanted to talk about the Liv stuff, Dom's photo, and things like that.